Hello everyone and welcome back to the CPC. So here we are with week 5 already. So yeah, the season it's even week 6 already. Yeah. So currently we're sitting at 3-2, not doing too hot, but still in contention for playoffs. And this week we face Johnny, aka Risepool, who's been a long time friend of me. We have battled in the GPC previously, and he's the CPC off-season champion, and now he joined our majors. And he's in the other division, but we battle him this week. As you may all know, battle is up a day late. That's because Johnny was away at the end of last week, so we had to battle on Monday. And that's why this battle will be up on Tuesday. So I'll be just going over the teams fairly quickly, and then we will just hop into the battle. So he brought Sneasel, Latios, Thunderous Eye, Clefable, Roserade, and Porgan 2. So all in all, pretty much about what I expected him to bring. Sneasel was a bit of a toss-up, and there were some other ones that I definitely could see coming, like Pilot Shrine, for example. But I think overall a pretty scary team, because Latios can easily pressure my team with something like stab, maybe dual stab. You can just choose between one of them actually, and just have Thunderbolt as coverage for Finny and Skarmory. Thunderous is also pretty scary, because I don't have many electric immunity / resist, and Lando's quite weak to ice. Jolteon does outspeed it, which is really nice, but doesn't do as much damage as I want to. Clefable can be a little bit scary, like Calm Mind, two attacks. Roserade is also one that could be a toss-up. I thought maybe he could try to hazard stack me or something, and B2 can also just be fairly an annoyance with like Bolt Beam. So I brought a Flyinium Z Landorus with rocks, because I thought rocks on Landorus was best this week, and just Fly and Earthquake were just the main coverage moves I wanted to click, and I thought Flyinium Z would do just a little bit more damage overall to most of his mons. Then Skarmory fairly defensive Skarmory, fairly standard Skarmory. I think it was Spikes. I fought this week with Spikes and Taunt, I believe. And I have Finny. Finny is mostly def to try to take on Latios in a certain way, and then just Taunt, Nature's Madness, Moonblast, and Light Screen, because most of his really scary mons like Latios and Thundy hit on the special side. So I thought Light Screen could really help me pivot out those around those mons. Then Mega Galley is fairly a breaker variant, just 4 coverage moves. I believe it was Poison Jab, Knockoff, Close Combat, and Zenith Bird. Gengar is a Scarf variant this week with Trick for like Porgan 2, for example. Mainly it's there because I needed something that's able to revenge Latios and Thunderous to an extent. Like Jolteon just doesn't do that job really well. Because Jolteon this week is more like a pivot into Thunderous. So I also wanted the Revenger, and that's in this week. Scarf Gengar I have to look out. I can't lock myself into Shadow Ball as long as Sneasel is alive. So I just lead with Landorus because I want to try to get up my rocks as soon as possible, and I fought against most of his mons. I can do that. I expect him to like either lead Clefable or Roserade, potentially something else, but I thought those two could be the leads, and I thought I could otherwise just switch around. So he leads Roserade, and he immediately switched out to P2, revealing to be Trace Porgan 2, which is really nice by him, because the Trace indeed might intimidate. It's like a little bit for me, like I was like, oh yeah, shit, that's really great for him, but that's really bad for me because they switched into Lando quite easily. Even Flyinium Z won't. I think it would do around 45% max, but even then I don't even know for sure, so that's really annoying. But he just goes for Ice Beam here on my Finny. I believe I just throw over Nature's Madness here. Oh no, I throw over Light Screen because I expected something like Roserade to come in, and I can pivot out a little bit easier with this. So he throws out Leech Seed, reveals, and Black Sludge, so he reveals to be quite a bulky variant. I thought, okay, let me just throw over a Poison Jab. because Poison Jab still hits Roserade because it doesn't have that great of defensive, and if he goes into Clefable, I have the potential to two-shot it, but he reveals to have Caviar Berry, which is really nice by him to maybe get a surprise kill, and helps with Gengar and Gallade. So here he just Moonlights up as I go Finny again. Go for the Nature's Madness as I did not expect him to, how do you say it? It was just like I get 50% off on something. He decided to stay and go for the Calm Mind, so I'm like, okay, he might just try to wear me down, but also if I let him Calm Mind up freely, he can potentially win. So let me just stun him, and then he's at 50%, which helps Gallade also really out. So he chose throws some Moonblast, gets my Finny a little bit low, which is a little bit annoying, but I get up a light screen, which helps me like pivot around this as I go Lando, as he goes Roserade. Here I really thought about going like for Flyinium Z, but I thought P2 could just come in as easily, like why would he not? And if he wanted to sack something, he could even sack his Clefable because I saw it was unaware Clefable. So yeah, all in all, I did not expect him to stay in because Earthquake does a lot, Flight kills it, but actually that's exactly what he does. He just stays in, goes for the Sleep Powder. Probably thought he could live any one hit, or but I outspeed, so I have no reason normally to not just kill him. But it was great play by him, and he even revealed Sleep Powder, which I also did not expect because I have top Finny on my team. Yeah, my Roserade switch in, it's like Skarmory, I know he has hidden power, so I won't switch into that. Is Landorus my main switch in? Also not really, so yeah, I did not expect this, and this catches me off guard, and my greatest breaker for his team now is asleep, which is quite annoying, and I know almost for sure that he is going to Fable and tries to heal up, but for me it's like Finny is low, so I can't really go out into that because it just will wear it down more easily as I taunt him. He goes just for Moonblast. Lando I could, but then he has quite still a nice switch in to with P2 if I don't get it weakened, so I thought let me just try to wake up because I have a few turns for it, and that's just my best case scenario. So I tried to wake up turn 1, then I tried to wake up with turn 2 to just kill him, but he gets off that Moonlight, a little bit annoying, and Light Screen wears off, so I now have to go into Finny and just take more and more damage. Gets another special attack drop, does not really matter. I go for the Light Scream here again, I believe, and then I pivot back out into Gallade because I know this Roserade isn't doing that much to him, and I just want to wake up so fucking badly because I need this Gallade. So he goes into Clefable again, and here I wake up, which is really nicely, and with Xanadu into Poison Jab, I'm a certain kill on this Clefable, so that's exactly what I do. So we're up 6-5, he brings in Roserade again, and I thought, okay, it's a little bit weird, but I can also kind of expect it, like Light Screen is up, Sneasel probably does not kill me, so yeah, pivoting sounds pretty obvious, but then it's a question, what would he pivot into? So what I should have done was either switch out, but that's also quite risky because I don't know what he's going into, and he could just fire off a Sleep Powder again, which would render Gallade useless. So that's why in the end I just went for Xanadu. But in hindsight, like Roserade's not that bulky, can get it really low if I just went for Knockoff. And Knockoff at least damaged everything. Like Sneasel is immune to Xanadu, so why would I even go Xanadu, you would say. Close Combat, like Roserade resist, and those 3 resist, so that's also not great. Knockoff knocks off P2, super effective with Latios, gets rid of Tandy's item and just gets rid of Sin's item. But in the end I just clicked Xanadu. That was really bad by me. I should have definitely clicked Knockoff, that was a big misplay. So now his Latios is going to come in, and here I'm like, okay, if he's calm with Latios, I can't let him set up because then Gengar can't even revenge it. With few commands he even beats Jolteon. Finny is too low. At this point, it still has the Wakan, but still at 30% it just does to Psychic. So I'm like, I have to go for Knockoff here. He revealed Leftovers, I believe it kills. Pretty sure, so I just have to go for it, but unfortunately we lose the speed tie. It was a 50-50 basically, and he won it. So Gallade goes down, really unfortunate because it was a great mon against his team, but I was forced in that position. So here we go for the Flyinium Z, finally. Why? Because that's the only way to kill Latios, and I thought maybe one he could think I'm scarfed, but he also could just think I bluffed or something, so I had to go for it this turn. Even when I knew P2 could come in, I knew I would do around 45%, and I could like pivot into Finny the turn after, as he probably heals up, and if he doesn't heal, Lando can get him the next time it comes in. But really unfortunate for him, I crit him with the Supersonic Sky Strike. I do around 80%, and that really blows for him, because it would only done about 40-45 max, I believe, is percent. And now I'm just able to get rid of his P2, so I don't have to pivot around it, and that's just quite bad. So here it goes Latios again, and again I have to mainly just sack something, and that is just my top Finny. It was a little bit risky, I know, because as you can see, I can't even revenge it with Gengar, because I can't two-shot Sneasel, so I can't lock myself into Shadow Ball. So I go for Shadow Ball with Jolteon. As at this point, I didn't think he would be Calm Mind. After the match, he revealed that he was Calm Mind, but he just never saw the opportunity, which I can imagine, because I'm not even full special attack Jolteon, but just normally a Jolteon, as you can see from this damage, even at +1, I still kill him. So he just goes for the damage on Jolteon, tries to put me in range for that Dundee most likely. So here he goes Roserade, revealing that he's really Spadef Roserade, which can be a little bit annoying, because I'm like playing for that Scarf Gengar in the back. So I go into Landorus, because I know he can't do much to me. He could have definitely gone for Sleep Powder. That would have been an amazing play, but the rain was up. Landorus not affected by it, but I thought if anything he would throw off like Leech Seed or something, but he went for the Sludge Bomb just to damage me. So here I believe I just go for the fly. I know it's a 2-turn move. I don't know if he has recovery on the Latios. He actually does. I believe this is a roll. I thought it was still in his favor to live. I don't know. So here I go for fly again, because it's my best play. So this time I know it will kill. So this Latios goes down. We're now up 4-3, but there is a scary monster right here. That's called Thunderous. So I have to go into Jolteon. He goes just for the HPIs. I'm just at 27%, which is actually quite annoying, because I was Mago Berry. So if he had done 2% more, or if the previous hit from Latios had done 2% more, then I would have gotten 50% of my health back, which would put me in a great spot actually. But here I was like, okay, what do? I thought, let's just Thunderbolt. Even if he goes Roserade, I can pivot out. I believe I have like Lando could be my sleep fodder. But actually he reveals roleplay, which is a cool tech for sure. But I was like, okay, I more expected him to have like Thunderbolt, HPIs, and also Focus Blast to hit a mon like Jolteon just a tad bit harder. But this also was definitely a cool tech for him to run, because as you can see, he does indeed have the nasty plot. So he's pretty much here going for game, and also he knows HPI is most likely not going to take me out from this range. So I just get him in range for Gengar. That's everything I can do right now. That's exactly what I do. So now he's in range of the Sludge Wave from Gengar. So I go Gengar, I click Sludge Wave, and I kill this one. And here Johnny has a bit of a brain fart. He goes Sneasel. I was like, okay, he could be Scarfed, but if he's Scarfed, then so be it. Then I go into my Skarmory, and then I just kill this Sneasel. Then he goes Roserade, and then it can be a little bit annoying, because then we have the problem with Sleep Powder and him potentially having HP Fire, but that's something that we have to work out. But I thought, okay, and Ice Shard does not kill me, so yeah, I will just take my chances here. As actually he was not Scarfed, and he just had a brain fart. He didn't realize I was only faster than Thunderous because I was Scarfed. So he loses his Sneasel, a bit unfortunate for him, and now it's Roserade against the world. But actually this is still quite threatening, because this Roserade is just a huge annoyance for my team. So first of all, I know for sure that I have to how do you say it? I have to let something put to sleep if he connects. So I thought Landorus is my best sleep fodder, because Skarmory can still take this on because it's that full, and Gengar can two-shot it, but if he has recovery, then he can't that he can't. So the problem is here, I go Lando because if he kills me, it's fine. If he sleep powders me, it's fine, then it's a sleep fodder. If he goes for synthesis or leechy trying to outstall the Gengar, then the play into Landers is also fine because Landers can kill it with a fly. He actually goes to sleep powder, he connects 2/2, really nice for him. So this is my sleep fodder, and here I fuck up big time. Why? Because he has not revealed one move, and that move could be Hidden Power Fire, that move could be Synthesis. That's what I thought, at least. It could also still just be grass coverage, but most logical, it was one of those two. And I have a sleep fodder, and Skarmory kills this Roserade all the time. So I should have just went into Gengar and just either tricked him, because I have Trick Gengar, or just spam Sludge Wave, and that means he is always, not at 100%, always in range of Skarmory to kill. Skarmory lives any one hit, and Skarmory can just kill him. That's what I should have done, definitely, because that's my 100% win rate. But instead of that, I thought, how big is the chance that he has HP Fire as last move? Yeah, guess what? He has HP Fire as last move. So I fuck up big time here, and I'm like, okay, part 1 of Choking Paul. That's has been quite a recurring theme as of late in the end game. So here I go Gengar, and I go for Trick. And this is also a bit scary because, as you can see, he has now Throw Scarf. He goes for HP Fire, and that's barely not a 2-hit KO. And I don't know if Sludge Wave is a 2-hit KO. But let me just play it out and then explain afterwards. So I go for Sludge Wave, do 38. So I'm thinking this could also do 38. And it does. And it kills. And we win 2-0. Overall, it was quite a hexy game. The crit was, I think the crit on P2 was like the biggest hex, part of hex. Like the 50-50 was also really huge. But that was a 50-50. The crit is a 6.25% chance. So yeah. Yeah, this is quite a shit show of a game actually. But let me explain why with Gengar I went for Trick. So here we are, Roserade versus Gengar. Roserade 76%. This is going to involve quite some math, guys, so listen up. I thought, like, I did not calc on Skarmory, which was a little bit bad by me, but even if I did not do that, I knew. I thought he was max PDEF, so if he was max PDEF, I would do 35% with Gengar max, with Sludge Wave. But he can lead sheet me, and then he also has Black Sludge recovery, which is in total 18% recovery every turn. So he only loses 17% of health every turn from a Sludge Wave if he connects a lead sheet. So with math, you can do the math yourself if you want. So even then, 3 Sludge Waves will not kill him, while 2 HP Fires will kill me because I also take lead sheet damage in between. So I lose that way. If I calced on Skarmory and gone for worst case scenario, so that he got like the highest roll possible when he first damaged Skarmory, and that was 79, I would know that he had like 60 something special attack investment. Then still he would from the Sludge Wave damage minus what he gets back with lead sheet and Black Sludge, he would only lose 20% every turn, and even then 3 times 20% he still lives, and I still died to 2 HP 5s plus lead sheet. So in my eyes, Trick was the best play. Just if he went for lead sheet, I won 100% of the time, and as you can see, he was not max PDEF, and Sludge Wave was still able to take it out. And from the speed, I knew he was not really a speedy Roserade because he had a lot of bulk. So I actually did still outspeed him with Gengar, which was a little bit of coincidence, but also yeah, really nice. So that's how this endgame played out. And that's it for now for me, guys. We're 4-2, which is really nice. We're sitting in a solid playoff spot right now, just behind Rob in our division. And we are trying to continue the streak, but next week we face Jake, who is currently undefeated, and we are trying to break his streak. But I must say, guys, we have some transactions, and I hope those will really help out the team, because I've been struggling as of late with getting a team together that I was quite comfortable with. but I can tell you just shortly my transactions. I won't make a separate video about it. So basically I dropped Zorok and Hexorus, and I also had to drop Slowpoke because I picked up 3 mons, and otherwise I would have had him on too much. And I picked up, instead of Hexorus, I picked up Tyrantrum. Why? Just because Tyrantrum just can lock itself more easily if I bring it Bandit, Scarf. It's just a better breaker because of that stab rock damage. And overall, for my matches, I thought I see myself bring Tyrantrum more often than Hexorus. And then for the other two, I picked up Drapion, our mascot again, and Mudstill. Mudstill just is really situational, does not have much coverage, but in some matchups it actually performs quite well, coming up for me. And Drapion overall is, I thought, just a better dark type, Toxic Spikes user, which I really enjoy. Like, I know with Finny it's a bit clunky, but still I think Toxic Spikes can definitely help in some matches. And overall Drapion is just a more solid, bulky-ish dark type than Zorok was, and Zorok was just not performing as I wanted to. So we will just see how those transactions will do, guys. I hope they will do fine, and I think they will, but we will just have to see next week when we are coming for Jake. So Jake, coming for you. See you then. Bye.